red trim.
Yeah, and I feel like last night might have been a cathartic moment for Myles Martin, as in the last 12 months we've seen him look so great, but then struggle to close out matches with whereas Downey or Max Dean, whatever it was. And then last night,
Club.
He's up 3-0. Dearner comes back and looks like, same thing's gonna happen. And then, boom, Myles comes back and wins it.
For me, it's the physicality. He was standing in there and hand-fighting hard. Now we're seeing that club and sweep as Zahid's go-to leg attack, but he's got a couple. You see him look to post there. Myles has a lot as well, but it's been the single leg of Zahid that's given him trouble in the past, but the past is the past, and we're talking years ago. Both these guys have made huge jumps since that period of time.
And Zahid continuing to shoot. He's going to get Myles hit with passivity, not even a minute in. But Myles, continuing the physicality where he left off last night.
Yeah, and Zahid, obviously, in his quarterfinal didn't look all that. Oh, down block.
Aaron shot there.
Oh, this is where, Zahid was
him around.
smart there because he felt he was about to come up, and he felt like, this is going to be trouble because you saw Myles going left-hand underhook and looking to pick, and he dropped back down.
Stayed low, circled in.
Yep.
Zahid, the #1 pound-for-pound wrestler in American NCAA, and there's a sweep single as Zahid's going to go on the shot clock now. I thought that was his first warning.
Yeah, no, they hit Myles before.
So next one will go on the shot clock. There's that sweep single, but good sprawl. Look at that drag. He's going to get it.
Down block, go behind. Beautiful.
Nice little drag, I think, from it. And Myles Martin strikes first, goes up 2-0 halfway through the first period. Working on a gut here. Go back up to the feet.
That specific technique, where it's down block armpit attack, that's something that didn't exist in my era, and really just in the last few years, and now it's so prevalent and so many guys are so good at it. And when you saw it in the last match, you see it with Myles, in my opinion, is one of the best in the whole country at it. It's so fluid and flawless.
Nato does it great as well.
I was just going to say, Nathan Tomasello.
Yes. So I bet they're drilling that in Columbus. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I wouldn't be surprised. Nato's been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
He's been really good at it. Shot after shot. Third one in a row. Zahid gets in. He's low on the leg. Myles drapes over the top, locks through the crotch. Zahid looking to hook the foot.
He's going to rock him right to his back here.
Pop his head.
Yep, he's definitely getting two. What he needs to look for is a takedown plus. He shouldn't let that leg clear back so easy. He should look for 2 and 2 on that one.
So knotted at 2. Valencia with the lead on criteria.
Oh, right to left on that gut, and he got it.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. He's going to gut him again? It looks like it.
And we've seen some parterre deficiencies with Myles in the past.
Well, he's on his elbows right now. I mean, not to be a picky coach, but, if you get gutted, you got to get off your elbows, on your hands, and looking into that thing like a son of a gun. Now I feel like I'm lecturing my kids, Christian.
Yeah. Educate the kids, Ben.
Well, it's more at that point, it's more about being, I call it vigilance, right? Being really vigilant on bottom. And really that's what parterre defense is. It's not like you got to be brainiac to figure out parterre defense. You just have to be really, really vigilant about where everything's going and feeling.
And the ever-vigilant Zahid Valencia going to take a 4-2 lead.
I see what you did there.
Thanks. Into the second.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I mean, Zahid, when he gets in on his leg attacks, he is so powerful to those finishes. We see it just time after time again. When he gets in there, he just sucks the leg in, and they're just, the guy can't keep his hips back off of him.
What's interesting about Zahid, and I'm curious for your take on this, a guy that so many times, if you see a volume shooter, you can play into guys' go behind stuff so often. But how is Zahid able to shoot so much without putting himself at risk?
I mean, he's just so good. Freestyle, one of the things he does is you watch the way he sits his ass back on his heels, and he actually keeps his feet out, which I can't even do because it would hurt my hips too bad. But that really keeps people prevented from doing that. And then people got to be careful because he has a second re-attack off of his knees. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then we talked about that early one where Myles had the down block go behind, and he was coming up and he felt it coming, and he got back down right away.
Almost gets caught that time with the underhook.
Myles seems to have a pretty good read on Zahid right now. Now he's at outside, but this is not an ideal position for Myles Martin.
Not a bad position, though, right there.
Zahid's going to swim out.
No takedown. He's got the wizard in still.
Nothing.
No,
2 offered. 1.
I think that's the right call. There's definitely no takedown there. Man, that was some wizardry there. Zahid cartwheels over the top. Almost drops Myles to his butt. Myles gets the wizard in. That was just some great wrestling from both parties.
5-2 now, Valencia with the lead. Still early in the second.
And will we see Zahid continue to attack? That's his MO.
Yeah, I mean.
But Myles seems to have a better read than most.
Myles Martin's down block go behinds are some of the best in the game, and so it's like, you're right. Zahid barely gets scored off ever off his own attacks, but why play with fire right now when you're up 5-2? Make Myles come get you.
Yeah.
I know Zahid.
Oh, there he coming.
Beautiful shot. Slips around to the left side. He's got the
Zahid's
leg in the air.
here.
No.
One on the board, make it 5-3.
I think Myles
I don't mind that. I don't mind that because you know what? If for Myles, you could say you work for the finish there, but you're gonna need a 2 at some point if you want to win 5-5 by criteria.
I feel like he could at least give him a pull and then dove at the other ankle like they do sometimes.
Good shot by Zahid.
He gets in deep that time. Myles is in a decent position here. Oh, now Zahid captured the lower leg, and he's looking pretty good. I think if he's going to switch legs, he's going to finish this shot. He's going to sit back to his left hip.
He's going to hook that again. Yep, step over.
Yep, and then he's going to sit back to his left hip right here, and Martin's going to be on his back. He's going to pop his head out right there. That's definitely 2 points.
Exposed.
Back exposure for sure.
So 7-3.
Yeah, sometimes referees miss that. That position obviously is really prevalent in folk style, and they miss the exposure in freestyle for whatever reason. They're waiting for the takedown, and they forget about the exposure.
Yeah.
A little bit more breathing room now for Zahid. As we dip just under a minute to go in the bout.
Oh, that was beautiful. Oh,
right to it. Can he lace?
Lace transition. Man.
The 2-point match, 45 seconds to go.
Oh, his knees are too wide. His knees are too wide. He's got to flatten them out. Wow, that was a beautiful sequence right there.
We got some good wrestling going on here, fellas.
Just when you said he had breathing room, Myles is pulling that breathing room right back out.
That's right.
Takedown puts Myles in the lead, 7-7.
Because there's no fours, correct?
Last score criteria, yep, because they would both have, I think they both have
3 2s and 1 1.
3 2s and a 1.
Yeah, that was a beautiful transition through a sequence of events for Myles. And this is one of his most comfortable positions, just getting in on the leg, stretched out. He gets his weight down so low where it's so hard for his opponents to do anything to him, and he's so powerful sucking the leg in.
Trying to crunch him up is Myles. Kind of has the head near the knee. Got to be careful.
He's not going to get him here. He's too stretched out. There's no way. Yeah, he would have to kick off there. A lot of wrestlers, I yell at a lot of wrestlers about that. They try to capture the leg by stepping over the leg. When their other leg's stuck out front, you're never going to do that, ever.
5 seconds to go. Got to make something happen if you're Myles. Looking for a low shot. Not going to get it. 7-5. Zahid Valencia.
Wow, that was an awesome match, huh?
Yeah.
Very good match.
Some really, really good high-level exchanges from both parties. It's awesome. Yeah, that obviously Myles off that knee pick could have transitioned that lace, but wasn't able to flatten him out all the way to actually score that.
Yeah.
So Zahid will come in as the 3 seed.